sir. Welcome everybody to a new season of the Boyko show. I've got a bunch of new setups, so bear with me. You're gonna see that this table's sensitive. I'm gonna have to get a new table soon because every time I put my hand on it, it's gonna cause problems. So I'm gonna try not to do that too much. Definitely gonna be giving you plenty of sound, as you can hear. It won't be hard to hear me. And I wanted to welcome to the new show. How you like that gangster intro video? Full of crazy stuff that I did with my students. Thanks to Robert and Remy for shooting that one with me at the cornrows. That was a fun day. And thanks. Both of you just graduated. I miss you guys already. Terribly, man. It was neat having you guys in my classroom most of the day, which means you probably were skipping other classes. I know Remy was. That stat class. I wonder what the over-under statistics were of how often you went to statistics, Remy. That would be a good final exam for you. Figure out where you were, how many times you missed that class. Sorry, Miss Stevens, I love you. But he was gonna bring you down, so I took him from you. I hope you forgive me. So, look, I'm back. I missed all of this. I got my own studio now, my own green screen, which of course something's on right now. I don't have to, borrow a camera from someone who gets mad at me all the time. Boyko, where's the camera? Damn! And she'll probably see that and just be like, quit talking shit about me on my show. It's not your show anymore, it's mine. I'm solo. Which is gonna make it tough, but I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be the best podcast ever, it's gonna be tremendous. All the other podcasts are garbage, they're disasters. This one's the best. Thank you. Yeah, so we're going to be talking a lot about stuff like that. I'm going to add things to the show. Hopefully I'll still get some good interviews. I'm going to try and get another interview with a Vietnam vet over the summer. Don Day, working on that now. A few years ago, some of you had him come into class and it went really well, so I'm hoping that goes through. But we'll talk about current events, things like, James Comey testifies tomorrow. Today's June 7th, June 8th. It's a big day. Great Britain is voting on a new, I think it's a whole new vote to see who's in control of the government. It was a big play by the Prime Minister, and we'll see if it pays off for Theresa May. We've had a bunch of terrorist attacks in the past few weeks, and if you're my students, I've told you this is the new normal. It works. It makes the news. Everybody freaks out. We get scared, which is the root of terrorism, and it's interesting that in order to stop terrorism, you have to stop being scared, and it's very hard. It's very hard. And look who it is. It's my cat. Penner, get the hell out of here. Now! Go! He's just staring at me. I'm sorry I have a cat. Penner, go! So, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff in terms of history versus the future. Because I'm a big advocate that this stuff just continues and happens over and over again. One of the news segments I'm going to be doing is talking about Tesla and SpaceX. I sold all my oil stock yesterday at a loss. Sorry, Mr. Oluski. It's just you now. I took the hit, and if I took the hit, I know you're going to be stressing out right now. But you're probably in Thailand or Vietnam or China right now, just chilling. And I'm jealous as hell of that, but you deserve it. Speaking of, it's the summer. You're all working, unless you're students, which is probably most of you watching. Actually, it's ex-students, so you guys are all working too. I get to sit at home and do housework. Today I did a bunch of stuff in the front yard, in the rain, which kind of sucked. We needed this rain though. Boy, oh boy, do we need this rain. Maybe not 3 days of it, but we needed the rain. And yeah, it's nice to be done school. This is where teachers finally get to just like, can you imagine if teachers had to teach all the time, like a regular job? I think there'd be a lot more, violence in schools, not just from the students, but also from the teachers. I can imagine wanting to hit a few kids if I had to see them a few more weeks, days, hours, a few of them. We'll be talking about teaching a lot on here, and that's probably going to get me in trouble. Next week, tune in next week for E is for Education. That's the one where I get really controversial, and who knows, maybe you won't see me next year at school. But I'm pulling out all the stops. I'm tired of people not discussing public education and education as a whole. We need to do it. It's not going where it needs to go. So we'll be talking about that in a week or so. But yes, Tesla. My Tesla stock's doing great. And SpaceX, if I could have invested in them, I would have, but they're private. But you guys saw just last week, early this week rather, they landed another rocket. Landed. And shout out to SpaceX. You've done stuff with scientists, haven't been able to for a while, and that's where the capitalism comes in. I'm a big advocate for capitalism for reasons like this. Yes, you have some cheaters. You have some people that try and steal money from each other, but this is an example. Jesus Christ, I told you these are sensitive. Chill out. This is how we make progress. We put our money on the line, not the government's. Do you think the government is like, ooh, let's try this. It's not my money, but we'll do it and see how it goes, right? And you think that works? No. Because they probably have about a 25% on the line aspect, where Elon Musk and his employees, and of course the people invested in the companies, and even, what do I have, 27 shares of Tesla? That's like a quadrillionth of the company. So I make no decisions. I attend the meetings. I sit there and I say, look, Elon, I think we need like solar roofs. And he's like, oh wow, that's a good idea. I think I'll use it. He's a terrible public speaker. But when he finally finishes his sentence, you're like, holy shit. He's really going to try that stuff. He's going to build tunnels under Los Angeles. He's going to land people on Mars. Yes, he is. And then that rocket's going to take off like 3 weeks later to go get more people and bring them back to Mars. So, Elon Musk, if I was a religious person, I'd probably choose you as a religion. And actually, we'll talk about stuff like that as a topic. Future religions that I'm going to be touching on this summer. So, stay tuned for that one too. I love the future. And I'll have an announcement for you guys at the end. And I hope you stay tuned for it, or if you get bored, just skip to the end and listen for it. But you guys will be happy about my future. So I'm going to be putting this one, the Straight Up Boyko Show, next to a bunch of the other, podcasts that we do. I'm going to try and start the second season of Boyko and Bachman. And the way the school year went last year, I think Bachman and I need to do it. We need to sit down and just decompress at the end of the day. And we do a good job of that. Shout out to one of my best friends, Mr. Bachman. Well, you see, Boyko, there you go. Liking a black person. I like lots of black people, Bachman. You're just lucky I like you at all. So, we're doing that. Season 2 of the Notorious B&G Show, that tends to be one that people flock to because we're totally opposite people. I could sit here and write 15 pages of stuff we're going to talk about, and 10 seconds in, Gonzalez is just like, who's going to pay for it? And I'm like, that wasn't what we were going to talk about. I don't know who's going to pay for it. He's like, that's my point. So that's another thing. And then the big one that I'm really hoping to get off its feet, I filmed the first episode. It's going to be long. Those are going to be long ones. They're like an hour plus. But that's the history in a bombshell. And I'm going to be diving really deep into the Holocaust in Nazi Germany, because I think too many people think that this stuff is done and gone. And I'm not even talking about the fact that Nazis are back. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with our country? UC Berkeley. Look, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here and be like, hey, those of you watching, if you're a liberal, which is weird because my conservative friends would call me a liberal. I would like to say I'm in the middle, and hopefully I do a fairly good job of that. But Berkeley was like, in the 60s and 70s, the place where you went and you knew you wouldn't be judged on what you say. You wouldn't be judged. You could come out and say the craziest thing and everyone would be like, I get where you're coming from. I don't agree with you, but you're allowed to say it. Free speech. Do you guys realize that it is now, Berkeley has become like the example of how and it's, I guess it is a majority of the liberals, they are now deciding what you can and cannot say. The group that used to fight for free speech is now destroying it. Now I get it. We don't want to hear a racist coming out and saying he hates black people, using the N-word, and all these things that we fought so hard to stop. Or a Nazi coming out and saying things about Jews. We don't want to hear it. But in the past year, 6 months, and I honestly think it's been since the election, the freedom of voice has come out. And you're scared of it. I understand. You're scared. You don't think these things should be said. You don't think that people should think like that. The difference is they've always thought like that. They just were afraid to tell you. So what would you prefer? Would you prefer a person who's a Nazi, never tell anyone, but secretly be doing all these terrible things to people on the DL? Or a racist who is, in a high office somewhere who is also undermining the black race? They're now out there. Let them talk, because now you know who they are. Free speech is free speech. This is no different when I tell my students when I went to USF. They would always have the extreme Bible thumpers. It's the worst word to call them. But they would stand out there and literally a girl would walk by in short shorts and they'd be like, "You're a slut. You're going to hell." And then two girls holding hands. "Gay people burn in hell." And you're just like, I want to go up and punch this family. All of them. I want to rip that Bible out of their hand and just shove it down their throat, because they're clearly not interpreting it the way it's probably supposed to be interpreted. But free speech. You have to ignore them. You now know where they're coming from. Use that as a benefit. Never befriend them. Wouldn't you love to know that that person you sit next to at work is a racist, so you can avoid them? Like, I got off on that rant. We'll do a whole show on things like this. But I just want you to know where we're going to be coming from on this show. So that's history in a bombshell. It's going to be taking topics and showing you that they're not gone. They've just changed. And if we don't pay attention to the fact that they're around and already still infusing in our society, like, you can't play Xbox without hearing someone at least once an hour use the N-word or call the F-word, fag, or throw out there the big, anti-Semitism, you're a Jew type stuff. You can't go an hour without hearing that stuff. So it's all still there. Don't think it's gone. So y'all should go watch. Now that I got the website up, I'll put it up here for you. It's you think I would have written it down for myself or have it memorized? The Boyko's History Bombshell.com, something like that. I'll have the right thing put up there. Just look on the screen behind me. Holy crap. Talk about not being ready for the first episode. You think I would have put it down here so I didn't miss it? Stupid. See, I blame the producer of this show. He's an idiot. It's me. Hopefully on the website you're going to be able, there's a bunch of pictures for all of you that missed the last 10 years of school. I went through and found a bunch of crazy stuff. Man. And it's nice to look back, because school's changed. And we'll talk about that next week. I don't want to go into it now, but school's changed. You might be able to buy shirts and stuff soon. I love the old shirts, especially that black one with the heartbeat. That's probably going to be one of the best sellers. And it is the coolest shirt. Thanks again to Marcus Fernandez for all the work he did, man. All that stuff before you got a real job and forgot about me. It's true. You did it all for free. So, or not for free, I'd give you a shirt. But yeah, not too much. But now you do it for real and get paid. So here you go. That's awesome. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. I'll put those up. And so before, I guess we'll talk about where the show's going. Next week, I'm going to be doing, I guess the episode 1. This one's going to be the pilot. Just throw it out. This is going to be shorter. Not going to talk about any of these topics. I'll keep dropping the pen to annoy the shit out of all of you. So it's gonna be I'm assuming a pretty big podcast. There's two parts to it. I don't want to blow it I don't want to give away the spot, but there's a part of it that's impressive, I think, and I'm gonna actually do the show and then release that part even separate on the internet and see where it goes. We'll see. But it's gonna be big. It's gonna be controversial because I'm literally destroying my job. And I don't mean the one I'm in right now. I mean being a teacher. I'm tearing it apart and the whole system. So stay tuned. I hope I'm still a teacher at the end of the summer, but you know, I got a little bit of clout. Those of you who wanted to see the interview with my grandfather, yes. So that won't be one that I start off with, but you're gonna have to wait a little while. First off, the sound was terrible. I didn't have a very good setup that day, and so he sounds terrible. I sound terrible. I'm fidgeting the whole time, and he's deaf. I would go to ask him a question, and he'd just be like, "What?" So, and that, by the way, that would happen like 4 times before I would give up, roll my eyes. So I'm gonna work on that. He's old. You got to give him a break. And he was a World War II tail gunner of a B-17. So I'm gonna try and get all those things down for you. Now I'm gonna give you guys a treat. I know you guys love to ride each other's looks at school. You know, make fun of each other's hair and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go through real quick and show you guys me from like a baby up until now. And some of these, I'm telling you, they are embarrassing. So this first one, I don't know what the hell I'm wearing. It's like lederhosen or something. You'd think I was like born in Germany and have like a beer stein in my hand in that picture. So that one's pretty funny. The next one, as I hunt for it, because this didn't work out too well, is the one, you know, me and my dad. This is my dad holding me as a baby. And I'll show you another few pictures of him here in a second. You can tell me if, I'm telling you, I look just like this guy. He was a funny dude. Here's one with him sticking his tongue out. I think he was partially misunderstood. He was a bad boy in school. We're going to talk about that next week because there's a student of mine that pretty much is my dad. It's really weird because at first I couldn't stand this kid. Couldn't stand him, but this kid opened my eyes to things. That's what E is for Education is going to be on. The fact that even though this kid was terrible at school, he's going to be fine at life if we find him the right route. So stay tuned. The next picture is one with me and my mom. She's a beautiful lady. I have to thank her for who I am today as a man. My dad taught me how to be a person, how to treat others with respect, he taught me how to pay attention. This is why I've never had a massive car accident, because I'm always paying attention to everything around me. And it almost sometimes makes me look like I'm reading minds. Here's a few family pictures. So you can see me, one with me with like teeth. It's kind of embarrassing without that shirt on. Wait. I pull it off in college. Stay with me. So that's that. My babysitters. Let me show you these pictures of my babysitters. Well, one's a babysitter. She's pretty hot. I didn't know it at the time, of course, because I'm sitting there with a thumb in my mouth, laying on her boob. Definitely didn't know what was going on. She looks like, you know, why are you taking a picture of me? I like her little flippy hair. I have no idea where this woman is. This other one, this one right here, I don't know who this woman is. She's hot. She looks like someone from like that Star Trek episode 3, you know, Search for Spock, or whichever one that is. The Vulcan lady. I look like an absolute demon. I don't know what the hell I'm laughing at. She's hot. I'm probably related to her. It's just kind of weird now that I said that. But that's me as a baby. I missed this one, my mom holding me as a baby. I guess I'll put that up with my dad. So now we go through me as a toddler. Oh my God! Here's me and my cousin Sean in front of. You can read the license plate. That's Nini's car. That's back when Nini was cool. When you didn't know what he was saying, and you couldn't talk to him. Sorry, no shade for Nini. I'm gonna move on. Grandpa can wait for a few weeks until I start trolling him. So the next one is me just looking like a goofy kid. That weird little bowl cut type thing. Moving into this one with I'm holding a baseball bat for a school picture. That awkward pose. How about this one? Me, my little Mr. Rogers vest with a short sleeve and my buttoned up shirt with those fangs sticking out. Everyone was like, "You're such a cute kid." At the time, I'm like, "What are you talking about? I am ugly as hell." And I guess we all do that. I don't think anybody thinks they're gorgeous growing up. Here's one where I'm sitting like for a photo shoot with my, I don't know what the F that fuzzy hair is. My striped shirt. God, who knows what shoes those are. And here's one, oh, with my elbow on a soccer ball. Cute, not. Look at those socks. And I guess I'm back to the bowl cut again. Guess that was my go-to off and on. Here's one. This is me, my cousin Sean again, and my Aunt Sherry. Wonderful lady. Shout out to Aunt Sherry. Shout out to Aunt Melissa too. I don't have any pictures of with Aunt Melissa. That reminds me of my Uncle Eddie. Maybe we'll do a separate show on my Uncle Eddie, because I don't wanna bring it up now. I love the guy to death, and he's not doing too well. So, great aunts and uncles. So now look at this one. This is me in my soccer outfit. I played for the Rowdies. Get it? Not the pro team, of course. I was 10, something like that. But this is the one where I have those lines shaved into my hair. That was cool. Can you believe that was cool? I guess in 30 years, half of y'all are gonna look back and make fun of your hair too, which is crazy because now it's just like, oh, my hair's cool. But speaking of hair, I washed mine today. You guys have to know how annoying it is to have washed hair. Girls, I don't know how you do it, how you wash it so frequently. Once a month maybe, once every 3 weeks, because I can't stand it in my face. Can't stand it in my face. These headphones are the only thing keeping me from putting it up in a bun. So let's see where I'm at here. Here's me. I guess this is where I'm at. Where's my 14th picture? All right, this is me at the State Science Fair, and I guess I'm starting to look like a decent human being, looking back. But still, at that time, I was like, oh my God, what is your problem, bro? Grow up. Get rid of the acne. This is also the State Science Fair where I was with Amberly. And those of you know Amberly know how much I cared about Amberly, and I miss her. Shout out to Amberly. I know you're up there somewhere. Miss you. That's 14. That takes me over here to prom. This is my freshman year of high school. Yeah, I got to go to prom freshman year. Didn't go the other 3 because I didn't want to. I wasn't into that all school stuff. I just wanted to get the hell through high school. And I know my students, some of them, I'm always like, I'm with you, man. I remember. This is the summer after my freshman year in college. I want you to look at this picture. This one is hard to show you. This is my boss, Tony DeFore. Probably one of the coolest guys that got me through one of the most roller coaster summers ever up in Philadelphia, where my aunt and uncle let me work for them. And I'm saying let me work for them. That was a great experience, those 2 years. Aunt Melissa, Uncle John, you let me work up there in Philly. But boy, oh boy, was it rough. And those braces. That is a bad picture. I definitely thought I looked terrible in that picture. And you probably do too. So we're on the same page. Where's the next one? Okay, some of you have seen this picture before. This is me with my friends John and Danny in college. Now, yeah, they tended to try the recreational drug use. I didn't, because they did it enough for everyone else. And if you look at them, I guess I look the stupidest. So maybe I should have done drugs in college. But that's me, pretty fly for a white guy, Boyko in that picture. Gang, gang, gang. But that's the cornrows. Where's the next one? Where's the next one? Where's the next one? Where's the next one? All right, here's one. This is when I took my hair out of cornrows, so it gets all curly. That's a good friend, Deanna, in college. I wonder how she's doing. Big Booty D, I hope you're all right. Actually, I don't know if that was her nickname or not. It might be someone else. Here's one with me and Billy and Jason. We were the Coneheads. Reggie Cohn was a basketball player for USF. This took a lot of balls. Going to a basketball game, a college basketball game with no shirt on, and stuff painted on us. So, mad props. I guess at this time I was starting to feel pretty decent about myself. What am I? 21 then? 20? And you're just like, oh, okay, I'm starting to figure myself out. Here's where I really started to be like, okay, I can do this. I can be a decent looking human being. Look, this is the one where I wish I had that body back. I mean, I'm almost 40 now. 22? Damn. And that's with my hair out of cornrows too. It's weird. I don't have too many pictures of me with my cornrows in. Why do I have so many with them taken out? And I mean, that's with them taken out within hours because I would wash my hair and it would go flat immediately. So that's that one. I'm going to move a little quicker now because it's got to be boring as shit. These are me and my boys. I got to censor this picture. I really don't, but I'm gonna. Just because I have to. Do I? I don't know. I will or I won't. Check it out. These are me and my boys having a good time with our hockey stuff. Gangsters, watch out for us, folks. We actually did have kind of, I don't want to say we had a gang in college, but people didn't mess with us. I found a group of people that looked out for me. So, maybe. I don't know what the definition is. Alright, there's that one. Then we're getting into, here's another one with me and my boys at an apartment. That's Danny again on the right. I don't remember and John on the left. I guess that's John, Goofy John on the left. And I don't remember that guy. I know the guy in the middle next to me he probably dropped out of school doing way too many drugs. Y'all gotta stay away from that crap. You think it's fun, but it catches up. Alright, so these are the fun. This is when we got into football. We shot a commercial for USF football because that's what we did as a job. We worked as equipment managers. And then because of it, when the NFL Network came for the Super Bowl back in 2002 or 3, whenever the Super Bowl was in Tampa, if you look close in this picture, on the far left is Nick I don't even know his full name, Bonarati. I don't know that guy for real. But in the middle, Chris Collinsworth and Dan Marino. And I got a picture with Dan Marino, just me and him. Couldn't find that one though for this slideshow, but you can see me down there, and we're all doing our the O team. We were the orangutans. I think that's what it stood for. Man, it's been so long, 15 to 20 years. Damn. Kids, enjoy your youth. Boy, do we waste it on you. So that's 23, 24. Where's my 25th pick? All right, this is me at a wedding. And I don't mind this look. This is that whole, like, crew cut. My German mentor used to make fun of me for my shaved head. He'd be like, you look like you just came out of Auschwitz. And I was like, damn, you're German and you're saying that shit? But he got a point. I looked sickly, according to him. And then we get into, here's some music. I'll put these two together. This is me playing guitar with some cool dudes that my mom knew. And then on some drums. My dad was a drummer. But I have his drums somewhere. Mother of pearl drums. Someday I'm going to be able to set them up and use them. Now this pic, look at those. Look at this pic. This is me and my German friend Manuel. When he came to the United States, we took him fishing. We did a bunch of stuff. It was like 2 weeks we went out with my German friends, Manuel and Nico. But look at those. Look at those arms. Ugh. Miss that body. I could work out 7 hours a day and not have that again. Just a heads up. Once your metabolism stops, that's it. Here's a great pic of me and my mom, my wonderful mother. Me still with the shaved head. She looking beautiful in her hater blockers. The next pic, love you, Mom. Next pic, where the hell is number 30? Oh, hockey. All right. These are my boys, Paul and Stan. They were in my wedding with Spider and my brother. So I guess those are my 4 closest friends. You know, it's weird. This one guy I invited who I considered a really good friend to my wedding, his name is Mr. Bachman, said that on his way he got lost. I know he has a cell phone with Wi-Fi or whatever, cell reception. And then his second excuse was, well, Boyko, when we saw MLK, we just had to stop. And him meaning the road. He said, we saw a city bus and we knew we were where we were supposed to be. And I was like, not the wedding, which was right down the street. He never showed up for my wedding. Still owes me a wedding gift because he says if you don't go to someone's wedding who invites you, you have to send a gift. Still waiting for that gift. But yeah, here's one at my cousin's wedding. This is a wonderful picture of me, my brother, and my beautiful mother. And leading into this one with me and Kat. Kat's like one of my best friends. She's a PhD at some school in Virginia. Baller. Yeah, I know doctors. Shout out to my other doctor friend, Casey. Casey's he was curing cancer, but they pulled him off it. We'll talk about that another day. But now he's like doing something for the University of Dallas. I don't know. He's in some school in Dallas where I made a terrible joke at his wedding about Ebola, and it didn't go over well. It's a great story. You should all. I'm still proud of the joke, though. Still proud of the joke. Here's me with my boss at USF, looking all professional. Yeah, Big Daddy Kane. Wondering what the hell he's up to now. And I guess this is a picture of me and a good friend of mine, Christine. I haven't talked to her in a while, though. We're doing our own thing. She's a teacher here, I think in Sarasota. She's a teacher. I don't remember what she teaches. It might be the young kids. But, so I guess the rest of the pictures will fast forward here just because we get up to my wedding. That's the biggest life thing that's happened recently. Well, sorta. Stay tuned. But, yeah, I had a great time at my wedding. Put up this. This is my favorite picture of my wife and I. Gangsters. What's up? Don't mess with us. That's how we take on the world. And I guess to end the show, you know, I'll leave you all hanging because I don't think I'm allowed to announce it. Well, here you go.